From the studios of the Performance Motorsports Network, bringing you the fastest 60 minutes in racing. It's Burning Rubber Radio.
Burning rubber, baby.
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 Burning rubber, baby. Burning rubber, baby.
Now, here are your hosts.
I know what the prediction is. You don't even have to explain it. And here it is.
Burning rubber, baby.
Yeah, Burning Rubber, baby. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Burning Rubber Radio. This is the Speed Weeks edition of Burning Rubber Radio because we are kicking things off Saturday with the ARCA race, which is happening at Daytona International Speedway. And in case you didn't know it, my name is Andy DeLay. I'm sitting along beside Dirty Dan Smith. How you doing, Dirty Dan?
What's up?
Yeah, he's all jacked up like normal. And, of course, somebody we dug out of a snowbank in Kentucky, my good buddy, Charles Robinson. What's up, son?
Oh, nothing much. I think the term was peachy earlier. Long story since you're late.
Yeah, I was late getting into the studio. That's all right, because my good friend Bob Steele's behind the board, and he didn't flip me off when I walked in the door. How you doing, Bob?
Yes, absolutely. No flipping off for you, but apparently Charles got flipped off by an 85-year-old lady today.
Yeah, what's up with that, Charles?
Well, it's the typical, idiot drivers in the state of Kentucky, folks. I know people talk about Pennsylvania and Florida, but let me tell you, I had a whole lot less stress driving in Florida or Pennsylvania than I do in the state of Kentucky. Because there's always one idiot out in the fast lane that just don't want to get out of the way, and when you kind of trying to push them with a 15,000-pound truck, they don't get the message.
No sense of humor whatsoever, huh?
Yeah.
No sense of humor. Shoot you the bird, and their big blue handicap sticker in the window just shining up, and I'm thinking, oh gal, you're just seconds away from being a quadriplegic because I will pit that stupid car. Yeah.
Don't hold back. We want to know exactly how you feel, Charles.
That's right, man. Let us know. Anyway, folks, we got a heck of a good show. We have Mason Mitchell, who's going to be running in the ARCA event this Saturday. He's going to be on the show with us. Dirty Dan, who you got lined up in the grassroots stuff, buddy?
The blacklisted guest is Brad the Yeti Heron. He's a winged sprint car racer up at Oswegan Speedway in Ontario, Canada. And we have a limited late model racer from your home state, Swami, the state of Florida, named Jay Curry.
Buddy, this is going to be all right. All right, folks, we got to get out of here, do our things. But when we come back, we're going to be talking iRacing with the iRacing King, Charles Robinson, right after this.
Hi, this is Jens Scott from Summit Point Kart in Summit Point, West Virginia. If you're looking for a real racing experience on a real racetrack, come out to Summit Point Kart this weekend. For as little as $25, you can get your racing career started. New this year, Summit Point Kart offers the RX 250 capable of over 75 miles an hour. We're open every Friday from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Saturday from noon till 10 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 9 p.m. For more information, go to our website, summitpointkartwithak.com, or you can call us at 304-725-5270. Summit Point Kart, your East Coast karting center.
Motorsports sales professionals. Scorpion Radio Group Incorporated's Performance Motorsports Network is looking to build a team of experienced media sales professionals to represent our motorsports programming to the industry's top companies, magazines, and racing series. If you have motorsports sales or marketing experience, know how to work with agencies, understand social media, and are incredibly creative when it comes to working with clients and promotions, then we want to hear from you. Top performers are richly rewarded. Your imagination is the only limit here. Call 717-749-0444 or email Sue at scorpionradiogroup@gmail.com. That's 717-749-0444 or email Sue at scorpionradiogroup@gmail.com.
You're listening to Burning Rubber Radio. Evidence that with enough money and a lot of BSing, almost anyone can have their own radio show. Now, back to Burning Rubber Radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Burning Rubber Radio. Andy DeLay here with you alongside Charles, the Man Robinson, Dirty Dan Smith, and Battling Bob Steele behind the board. And it's time for the iRacing segment, boys. Before I unleash you guys to tell the world about iRacing.com, this week I ran the Class B Nationwide Series in my new Ford. That is the Dragonflies for Hope, dragonfliesforhope.com. Folks, go check that out. Ford, and whipped all the guys in Class A's asses and finished third. Okay. I don't hear a round of applause or nothing?
You finished third, so that means there was a couple that you didn't manage to kick.
I was the highest finishing Class B guy. Let's put it that way.
Well, for some of them I've been racing with lately, that don't say much.
Oh, hey, by the way, folks, Tuesday, and it's probably already happened when you hear this, but come on out next Tuesday, Burning Rubber Radio League on iRacing. The iRacing, Burning Rubber Radio iRacing Truck Series is running Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. Charles, Dan, you guys going to run it?
Well, it's past my bedtime, so more than likely not.
Okay.
Yes. Dirty Dan's going to be there, and I have a special paint scheme to unwrap tomorrow night on your ass, Swami.
Oh, okay. Well, man, I promise, Dan, we get out there, we're going to be at Daytona and all that stuff, and all of the way that I used to dump you before because you were too slow and wouldn't get out of my way. I ain't going to do it to you no more. We're going to team up, and we're going to draft at the front, buddy.
I done left you behind, man. I've already got a team put together, and I don't think you're going to finish the race, brother.
Oh, really, man? Okay. I got word out there, old Joey Coulter, to try to come out there and run with us, and got a couple of folks. Have you heard about anyone going to be running?
Yeah, I think my partner in crime over at the other show is going to be running tomorrow night. Rich Foreman, and I do believe Risky Brisky, Kevin Briscoe is going to be there tomorrow night. Past night, tomorrow night in the race.
Yeah, I got you, man. And then, of course, let's see. I think we got Scott Stenzel runs in the truck series, going to be there and all that. But we also have the Burning Rubber Radio, the Bullring series is going to be running on Thursday night. So, folks, if you hear this on Wednesday, come on out Thursday and run with us on iRacing. Same time, 9 p.m. Fixed setup race. Going to be running stuff like Martinsville and all the little bull rings and stuff like that. And the super lates. That should be fun, don't you think, Dan?
You switched that to a fixed racing league?
Yeah. You told me to.
Oh, man, I worked all day yesterday on a setup on the super late model. iRacing champion Tyler Hudson is going to be running with us on that one. He said, guys, man, it needs to be a fixed setup series. So we're going to be fixed setup. And Charles, when you get off of these crazy hours you're on, man, you got to get out there and start putting it to it again, buddy.
Well, I've been spending a little time since, every now and then I do get off early. I actually come home and I do some racing. I've learned a few little tricks on the setup, so I'm getting it to where I can get in there and hang with some of the big boys. Granted, I've won actually a couple races that, for some reason or another, iRacing changed the rules and made them unofficial if under 8 people showed up, and that means including anybody that drops out.
Really?
Yeah, so I've won 2 races technically. It just didn't show up.
Wow,
that's
a huge change, man. It used to be just if 8 showed up, no matter whether they finished or not, it was official.
I thought so.
6 was the rule officially for a long time, and then they moved it to 8. Plus, they've changed the damage model that you get so many points as you go along, and even in practice it counts and everything. So, all the tools, I should say, that are out there racing in practice that are just running over top of people left and right, it's counting against you at the end because it will show up in your incidents.
Wow.
But like I said, I did learn a few little tricks on setups. I used to be in 2003, I was the shock guy. I knew how to take the shocks and adjust the rebound and compression on them. Well, now it's the shock collar offset. You would be surprised. You'd be surprised how much of a difference it makes in your setups because, first off, most of the lower class cars, you cannot adjust the cross weight. That's the only way you can adjust the cross weight. So like the Legends, late models, things like that, that's the way you got to do it.
So, all right. What do you think of the new tire model?
I love it, man. I've been burning the Legends up, and another thing too is the street stocks, man. I am absolutely digging those cars since I've changed it this last time. Time before I didn't, but now I do.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I haven't really noticed the difference in the new tire model or anything like that, man. I've just been digging it, enjoying it like always. I do love the Porsche, the Rupp. So. Anyway, folks, we got to get out of here and do our thing, but we're going to be back with our first interview. It's going to be ARCA driver Mason, if I can talk, Mason Mitchell. So, folks, hang around. We'll be back with more Burning Rubber Radio after this.
Hi, I'm Mickey for Bed Bug Detection Services. Bed Bug Detection Services rescues dogs from the Humane Society and the SPCA, then trains them at the Florida Canine Academy. We then pair them up with a handler where they will spend the rest of their lives in a happy family home working in the community. We want to rescue our second dog, but we cannot do it without your help. We are fundraising to bring home our next canine. Please go to bbds.us, that's bbds.us, and do your part in helping us rescue another dog. bbds.us will give life, home, and a meaning to another dog. bbds.us. With every donation, you will receive a signed postcard from our current bed bug detection dog rescue, Lily. Go to bbds.us. And thank you.
Motorsports Sales Professionals. Performance Motorsports is looking to build a team of experienced media sales professionals to represent our programming to the industry's top companies, magazines, and racing series. If you have motorsports sales or marketing experience, know how to work with agencies, understand social media, and are incredibly creative when it comes to working with clients and promotions, then we want to hear from you. Top performers are richly rewarded. Your imagination is the only limit here. Call 717-749-0444. That's 717-749-0444, or email us at scorpionradiogroup@gmail.com. You want to ask for Sue.
It's Burning Rubber Radio, an excuse for the hosts to get out of the house on the weekends without having to explain to their wives, husbands, and girlfriends what they're really doing. Now, here are your hosts.
Oh, yeah. We're back again. Got back from the buffet. Man, I'm telling you, life is good. It's almost peachy.
I don't know what this peachy is, but hey, Bob, did you have to twist Charles' arms to let him use the Volkswagen for the sound effects for that ringback?
I did, and I also had to remind him that peachy was a lot better word than the one he was considering using for most of the evening. So peachy it is. Go with it.
Well, now I had a better word than peachy a while ago. Now you got to admit,
It was. But we do still broadcast, and it probably wouldn't have been good on the FCC's ears. Okay.
I really care what the FCC hears.
and then the NSA is listening too. So
they're listening to everyone.
What can we say? We've got a guest on the horn, guys.
Oh, that's right, Dan. Who we got, buddy?
We have 2014 Blacklisted Promotions feature driver Brad the Yeti Heron. How you doing tonight, Brad?
Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'm doing awesome. How's things going down there?
I'm doing all right, man. We never get to talk no more. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It sucks because I miss talking to you guys. I miss talking, talking cars and stuff like that. But that's all about to change. We're going to make some time for that.
That'll work, man. I know you got some big announcements tonight, but let's back it up. Where are you from, Brad, and what are you... Well, let's not say what you're racing yet. Just tell us where you're from, man.
I'm from the cold frozen tundra up here in Canada, Waterford, Ontario. About 45 minutes from Hamilton, just to kind of give you a bit bigger geographical something to look at. Yeah, that's me. It's cold and snowy up here, and it can leave anytime it wants.
There you go, man. All right, let's talk about 2013 and before. I'm not ready to let you release that news yet, man. What have you raced in the past, and tell me a little bit about your racing history.
Well, I mean, I jumped right into dirt racing back in 2001, I guess. Jumped right into street stocks at Ohsweken Speedway, and I just stayed there. So I raced, street stocks for, I guess we're going on to our, in 2013, that would have been our 12th season out there, and it's a cool track, man. It's an awesome facility, and so that's me in a nutshell. I didn't really move anywhere because we didn't really have an opportunity to to make the jump from street stocks because they race 360 sprints out there. That's a pretty aggressive jump, and just didn't have the budget for it, so we just hung out street stock for a while.
Well, I know you're chomping at the bit, man. You sent me the message, and you and I have been friends since the OTC days and things like that. But go ahead and do it, Brad. What you got going on in 2014, my man?
Well, we I hate to just say this is what we're doing because it's a really long story, and anybody who wants the story behind it, I'd be more than happy to give it to them. But we have been given the opportunity to go sprint car racing in 2014. So we're going to jump into a wing sprint car. Now, it's not a 360. It's actually a pretty cool developmental series that Ohsweken has put together. So the cars are going to be powered by a 602 crate engine. And the reason that they did that is just because it makes the jump into sprint cars a little bit more affordable. You know, instead of putting out $35,000 for a 360, aluminum motor, we've got, there's probably 4 or 5 tracks within an hour's radius that run 602s and like street stocks and dirt sportsmans and stuff like that. So, the motors are out there and they're available. So they said, hey, you know what, this would be kind of a cool thing to put a 602 crate engine in a sprint car. And so they've been working on that since about October. And so that's what we're doing, man. We're going crate sprint car racing.
Yeah, I've discussed this in great detail, and I gave you a hard time because you got one of those rain flap wingy things on the top of it up there, man. but at any rate, man, the 602 crate, that's something that nobody's ever seen in a sprint car before. But you're used to that motor, man. That's what you run in the street stocks up there at Oswego. So what are you thinking, man? Going into this season, it's basically the same motor that you've been running. And I know there's some technical differences, and that's all in the rules there on the OshWeekend.com website. But tell me what you're thinking, man. What's some of the biggest, I don't know, are you scared, man? Are you going to need a sidecar for your nutsack, or what's going on, brother?
Yeah. Ever since we started talking about doing this and we got the car and stuff like that, I mean, the one thing that I keep playing in my head over and over and over again is the first lap. The green flag is going to go down, you're going to hustle that thing down into turn 1, and I'm going to turn the wheel to the left, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
You better turn it back to the right real quick.
Yes, right, yeah. But no, I mean, the motors aside, yeah, we're pretty familiar with the engines. They'll probably have a tiny bit more jam than what we had in the street stock because we ran a 500 CFM 2-barrel on those, and we're running actually a 4-barrel alcohol carburetor on these because they're still going to keep them on methanol.
Right.
So I think, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. That's a good way to say it. Now, is the crew chief Yeti, Jeff Todd, going to be helping you out this year? Or,
yeah, man.
This has got to be a huge learning experience, for both of you.
Yeah, he's embraced it right from. I kind of dropped it on him. I didn't even give him really an option because, to make a long story short, the car owner that is going to be that we're going to be driving for, Alex, he, we had talked back in the summertime, and it was going to be a street stock deal. He was going to build us a street stock, and we were going to drive for him. And then back in October, these crate sprint car rules came out, and we were talking, me and Alex, and he's like, well, if you want to do it, then I want to do it because, believe it or not, it's cheaper than building another street stock. So I said, yeah, let's do it. We just jumped in with both feet. And then I called Jeff and said, hey, by the way, the street stock deal's kind of gone by the wayside. We're going sprint car racing. He's like, what? So, but he's embraced
you throwed
it.
everybody for a loop, including me, when you said that you was going sprint car racing next year, and it's been all I could do to keep my mouth shut. But that's the sprint car chassis. Everybody's been showing up on my Facebook page with little hints and stuff like that. That was Yeti's chassis up there. So, what combination chassis and things are you running, Brad?
We got it's a 2000 and I believe it's a 2009 Maxim chassis. It's a 8840 standard rail car. And then, the wings are the same as any of the other sprint car divisions are running. It's 25 square foot wing with the regular sideboards and stuff like that. So, which is kind of cool because we can buy, and same tire rule that they have for the 360s. So, I mean, it's cool. So we can buy, used stuff from the 360 guys who would otherwise not have a market to get rid of it.
That's a good deal all the way around, man. Now, yeah. All right, Brad, are you going to come racing with us in the Burning Rubber Radio iRacing.com Truck Series League or not, brother?
Well,
I'm putting you on the spot, man. That's all there is to it, brother.
Yeah, no kidding. Nothing like pulling a guy's pants off in front of an audience.
Hey, if you owe it. I owe it to you, man. I owe it to you the way you've been dishing me here lately.
Hey. Oh, yeah, I see how it's going now. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I will do it.
Go ahead, Brad. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I would definitely love to go racing with you guys on iRacing.
Well, we're going to make sure that happens, man. If you need truck track, whatever it is you need, let us know. We'll get it taken care of. But at any rate, man, go ahead, throw it out there. Who you driving for? Sponsors, shout outs, and all that, brother.
Yeah, man, definitely. The primary sponsor on the car is Miska Trailers. They're a trailer manufacturer. They do, utility trailers, car trailers, enclosed, open, you name it, they do it. So they stepped up huge for us this year. My car owner, Alex, he actually owns an insulation company up here, Insta Insulation, and they're, between those two, they're funding this whole program. Basically, the deal was we have to wrench on the car, and all the bills are paid. So, it doesn't get any sweeter than that.
No, it don't, man. Hey, Brad, we've kind of reached that time in the interview, brother, but I need you to do a couple things for me. And the first one's give Crew Chief Yeti, Jeff Todd, a big kick in the nutsack for me. That's the first thing I need done. You take care of that for me?
I'll give him a pat on the back. How about that?
All right, that'll work, man. Second thing is you give your mom, Barb the Yeti, Mommy Heron, a big hug and kiss on the cheek for me. But the last thing I need you to do is I need you to holler out these three famous words, man. They're the most famous words down here in the United States. And I know you don't know that, you Canadian, but I need you to holler out, "Burning rubber, baby." And I need you to do it. I need you to scare the hell out of the kids, the wife, and the neighbors for 10 miles around. Can you do that for me?
I sure can, man. That's burning rubber, baby. Woo!
Folks, that's Brad Heron. Hang out. We're going to be back with more Burning Rubber Radio after this.
Tincher Williams Chevrolet Buick GMC is your Lexington, Kentucky and Corbin Chevy Buick and GMC authority. From pre-owned to the newest models, Tincher Williams is the only place to shop in the Lexington area. Check out their website for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, www.tincherwilliamschevrolet.com. All of the full-line inventory of in-stock and on-order Buicks, GMC trucks, and Chevrolets are right there online. Plus, you can check out what's hot at Tincher Williams on the homepage. Schedule your service appointment. Browse the inventory. Look for Tincher Williams specials. Check out your financing options. See what GM incentives are being offered for your vehicle. You can even shop for new tires at their convenient online tire store and get directions from wherever you are right there. It's all online at www.tincherwilliamschevrolet.com. That's Tincher Williams Chevrolet Buick GMC, located in London, Kentucky, your Lexington and Corbin Chevy Buick and GMC authority. Tired of shopping around for your racing gear? Driving from store to store only to find they don't have what you want? Farner's Racing Collectibles on Route 997 in Scotland, Pennsylvania has it all. The hottest NASCAR, IRL, and NHRA diecasts, t-shirts, jackets, flags, and a whole lot more. Everything racing. Stop by or check out their website, www.farnersracing.com. You'll be surprised at the selection, prices, and friendly client service. UPS, FedEx, and USPS shipping available. Farners Racing Collectibles, where racing comes alive.
Hi, I'm Mickey for Bed Bug Detection Services. Bed Bug Detection Services rescues dogs from the Humane Society and the SPCA, then trains them at the Florida Canine Academy. We then pair them up with a handler where they will spend the rest of their lives in a happy family home working in the community. We want to rescue our second dog, but we cannot do it without your help. We are fundraising to bring home our next canine. Please go to bbds.us, that's bbds.us, and do your part in helping us rescue another dog. bbds.us will give life, home, and a meaning to another dog. bbds.us. With every donation, you will receive a signed postcard from our current bed bug detection dog rescue, Lily. Go to bbds.us. And thank you.
You're listening to Burning Rubber Radio. Now back to the radio team that has no problem kissing your
radio edit
to get an interview.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome back to Burning Rubber Radio. Andy DeLay here, along beside Dirty Dan Smith, Charles Robinson, and of course the man, Mr. Bob Steele, behind the board here. All right, it's time for our grassroots wrap up here. And Dan sent me an email this week. Dan, they sent me an email, said that there was someone from the state of Florida, one of our listeners here, that does some driving and is going to be on the show with us, right?
That's correct, man. He actually contacted us through the Burning Rubber Radio Facebook page. Racers, see how this works, man? Send us a message on the Burning Rubber Radio Facebook page, and you too can join the Swami, Mr. Milk, and I right here on the show. But, Swami, who do we got? I can't remember his name, man.
We have Florida racer Jay Curry. You with us, Jay?
Yes, sir, I am.
Hey, welcome to Burning Rubber Radio, my friend. And all I know here is you're a racer here in the state of Florida. Fill us in real quick about what you do, where you race, and how you do it.
Yeah, I'm a Florida racer, and I run a limited late model. I ran a Florida United Promoter Series last year in my rookie year, and we went to a couple of tracks, and I got Rookie of the Year and finished 6th in the points. And then this year, what our game plan is I wanted to run my home track and run for the points there at Citrus County Speedway. And, this weekend's my first race of the year, and they're kicking it off with a 50-lapper, and I couldn't be more excited to get it going.
Citrus County Speedway, man, that's an awesome place, folks. That's just kind of north of Tampa Bay there, about 65 miles north of Tampa. And there's a lot of racing there, folks. Some of the folks you hear on Burning Rubber Radio, Joey Coulter, Jessica Green, and all of them, they run Citrus County. And, man, that's an awesome little bull ring, Jay.
Yeah, I like it. There's a lot of movement that can go on in the track. It's a real groovy track, and I'm glad it's my home track because it's my favorite track, and I've been to quite a few of them, and it's definitely my favorite track.
Yeah, I could tell some stories about way back in the day when I was a Citrus County deputy sheriff and some of the fights I used to break up at those races, but I will not bore everyone out there with that kind of stuff. So tell us a little bit about you, brother. Have you been racing for a long time, little time? How old are you?
I'm 20 years old. I actually just started racing cars when I was 18. I've always been a big fan of it, and I mean I raced go-karts when I was 15, but I only did that for a few months, and then we got into the cars. I raced a 4-cylinder from 18 to last year, and I started getting some V8 racing, and we're gonna run one more year in this car, and then we're gonna go to the super late models next year, and I'm just really fortunate to have the support from the group of guys that I have. They really do it for me, and I couldn't be more proud to have them on the team as well.
Awesome, man. So Citrus County, Florida, that means, of course, that you've probably, are you running places like Ocala and Showtime Speedway and stuff like that in the Tampa Bay area?
I've raced Showtime 2 years ago in my 4-cylinder car, and that track is it's real tricky. If you've never been there before, it takes a while to get used to it. Turn 4, the wall will come right at you, and I really didn't get the knowledge to know what was going on in the track. So as soon as I hopped in the car, I didn't really have a teacher that day so I just kind of learned as I go, and it's real tricky, but it's something that you just gotta love.
Excellent. Yeah, and I agree with you. I've run Showtime myself. So real quick, man, we only got a couple minutes left with you here. Tell us about the big race this weekend and who is on the car helping you race, man.
Yeah, we have a big 50-lapper this year. We're actually at Citrus. They're doing a 6-pack series, so we'll have 6 50-lappers this year. And I got a good group of guys that help me. I have crew chief Dustin Aaron helping me. I got Chucky Hearn, who's going to be there this weekend. I've got a really good group of guys, and I can't thank them enough. And to all our sponsors, I'm really fortunate to have them. We got quite a bit of them during this off season, and I'm really excited about it. Curry's Roofing, McPherson's Archery, Conley Sod and Nursery, Deep South Outfitters, Crazy on Outdoors, Crystal Chevrolet, Nettle Sausage, Michael's Floor Covering, Citrus Sports and Apparel, Lucky Dog AC. I mean, I'm real fortunate to be in this position.
Yes, it sounds like it. Now, I tell you what, though, Jay, time's about up, but Kenny Wallace started this right here on the program a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, he grabbed the mic and yelled, "Burning Rubber, baby!" So guess what? All of our hosts have to give us those 3 famous words just as loud and as proud as you can before you leave. You think you can do that, buddy?
I can do it.
Let's hear it.
Burning Rubber, baby.
Hey, folks, that's Jay Curry. You can follow him right here on Burning Rubber Radio. We're going to be keeping up with him, another one of our hopefully blacklisted or grassroots drivers if Dan Smith can get a hold of him. And hang out, folks. We'll be right back with a little more Burning Rubber Radio after this.
Are you a business owner in the Tampa Bay, Florida area? If so, you are invited to the Rooters Networking Group. Check out our website at rootersclub.com and join a group of business professionals like yourself that do business with each other. There are no dues and only one rule, and that's to have some fun. So check out rootersclub.com for a group luncheon near you.
We're growing like crazy. and need account reps who know their way around agencies, the internet, and social media. Got connections? Or do you know how to get to the decision makers? Are you fearless? We need you. Internet radio, or as we call it, wireless mobile radio, is rapidly becoming the place to be, with almost limitless income potential. So contact us to get involved with the fastest growing professionally produced group of internet radio stations in the world. Your imagination is the only limit here. Call 717-749-0444. That's 717-749-0444. Or you can email us at scorpionradiogroup@gmail.com. You want to ask for Sue.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall parts store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. Their limited lifetime warranties? What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing. Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
You're listening to Burning Rubber Radio. And now the guy that traded paint at Talladega. Okay, I'll grant you a gallon of purple for a can of chartreuse. And he ain't wrapped too tight. Here's Andy DeLay and the Burning Rubber Radio crew.
Hey, welcome back to Burning Rubber Radio, and I'm Andy DeLay. And we're here with the crazy crew, Charles Robinson. Of course, we had Dirty Danny got up and ran off, but that's all right. Looks like he had something going on. And Mr. Bob Steele. And it's time to talk roundtable. And Charles, let's talk a little bit of NASCAR, buddy.
Let's talk a little bit about it because, of course, you folks that are out there and are NASCAR fans, you're understanding that just in a few short, technically days, maybe a week, week and a half, so we're going to have our racing back at Daytona.
Oh, definitely. Dan's back here, man. Did you have to take a dump, Dan?
Yeah, man. I accidentally spilled some of that shine on my computer, so...
Talking about shine, and we're since we're in the BS segment, Charles, you want to say anything about shine or anything going on?
Definitely going to be more interesting what's going on in Daytona, but I digress.
Since I'm now kind of close friends, I guess, with Steve Bean, who is the owner of Limestone Branch Distillery in Lebanon, Kentucky, and for you folks that watch Moonshiners on Discovery Channel. I'm not plugging them, by the way, because they're just hateful to deal with. But I actually do know Dan Smith. Never mind, I don't know Dan Smith. Anyways, I know Tim Smith. I know Tim, folks. I'll tell you what, I got to go up there, and I hadn't had a chance to get on here and talk about the opportunity I had, but I actually got to go to the distillery. And I got the personal one-on-one tour with Tim because nobody else was there. You know, I don't know why, because usually the place is packed every other time I've been up there. But I got to go back, watch the process, watch how he makes his shine, you know, learned a little bit of his recipe, by the way. Got to see how long it's set, you know, got to smell it, you know, sitting back there, of course, turning in, you know, the mash turns into beer, you know, and it gets that nice little flavor to it. Got to actually put my finger in both types of shine. You know, he explained the difference between his and stuff, and you know, kind of seemed a little interested. And, of course, the whole time I was there, and I mentioned it to Andy, the most important thing that I saw was he had this little racing sweater on. Yes, that's right, folks. Tim is a race fan, and he actually sponsored some kind of series over in Virginia. Now, I looked it up online. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he did sponsor a short track series. So, you know, Burning Rubber fans, you're listening out there, I'm going to try to talk to Mr. Tim, and I'm going to try to work out some kind of deal with sponsorship because I think he needs to be a part of Burning Rubber Radio.
Oh, without a doubt, Charles, talking about running the moonshine and all that other stuff, the bootleggers started right with the NASCAR and all of that stuff. And I am really excited about that, Charles. And, we're probably putting the cart before the horse, but who the hell cares? It ain't the first time we've done it here on Burning Rubber Radio anyway. So, but we're definitely looking forward to that. My other thing is last week we talked about Jeb Burton, who was out of a ride down at Turner's, and looks like he went up and got himself a ride with, I think it's Thor Sport. Am I right, guys?
I honestly don't have a clue, so I'm going to be honest with you.
I think it is.
There's been so much going on. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. I did see where he signed, but I didn't read the article. So,
well, if you notice, Dakota's actually moved up. Dakota was the other Thor Sport driver there. He actually moved up he's actually racing with Richard Petty Motorsports now.
That's right. He's going to be running. Is he running Cup Series, ain't he?
It's not running Cup Series. I think he's running Nationwide.
Right. You're right. He's running Nationwide. And yes, thank you, NASCAR.com. Jeb is going to be running Thor Sport alongside Matt Crafton and Johnny Sauter this year. And, it was a bum deal that he got. I guess the sponsor didn't come through making the payment or something like that. But, if I was him, and I want to go out and I want to say this, and this is what I think, and I might be totally wrong, but I think I'm right. Jeb, you need to thank your dad for the ride. I really think that late in the game and that kind of stuff, the dad probably pitched in or was essential in getting that ride. Would you think so, Dan?
Oh, I agree 100%. I agree 110%. Actually, let's up that to 1,000%. I agree with you, Swamp.
All right.
We can't forget the talent aspect, boys, because he won. He had poles. So, there's another little part of that too. That if you're a team like Thor Sport, and just let me put this out in the open too, because I think that you're going to start seeing a dynasty out of Thor Sport. Yes. I think Crafton has got a taste of his first championship. You got Johnny out there, don't care a bit to put the bumper on somebody. And with two teammates like that, plus you got Frank Kim on the ARCA Garage, which won a championship too in the same year. So you're looking at something developing, and I'm sure Thor Sport may, they may delve into the Nationwide stuff or whatever, but I doubt it. I'd say they'll probably exclusive trucks.
And you're right. This may have ended up being a godsend for Jeb Burton, and I agree, Charles. We know how everyone, if you've been listening to Burn Rubber Radio, you know about the money aspect of the sport, the folks with the money drive. But Jeb Burton has talent. Don't really care for the kid because he's a smart ass, but the kid has talent. And to see him going into a sophomore season without a ride would have stunk. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, Charles. You and I have both been around him down there, but that's what I think.
Well, you heard what Ward said about him. I mean, he's a young kid. He's a little cocky, he seems to think he knows it all. And of course, when he said, he don't listen to Daddy much down there, and but Daddy has to take him over kind of a little bit and line him out a little bit. That's what you got to hear about, and you got to know. So maybe his sophomore year will be a little bit of more maturity. Maybe he will, kindly, come out of his shell a little bit and start being, I guess, more conscious, more aware of what he's into, and if he does the right game, which most of them do, then he could be stepping up. But of course, I still think he's mad because he didn't get to sign my breast that time. But
yeah, I remember that. And real quick, Charles, I want to ask you this: what do you think about Joey's chances this year, Joey Coulter, in the Truck Series?
I think Joey stepping away from his former crew chief will do wonders for him, because I think that the driver was giving him input. His crew chief was doing what he felt like the truck should do. And I noticed that, and especially at Homestead, because while we were sitting there waiting to talk to Joey, he was talking to his crew chief. He was telling his crew chief what was happening, and guess what? His crew chief really wasn't listening. He was saying, well, no, I know the truck's not doing that. I think we need to do this.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, Charles, Dan, thanks a lot, guys. Right now, it's time that we kind of change the tune a little bit and talk to the NASCAR chef, Mr. John Dix. He's on the horn with us. How you doing, John?
Hey, guys, burning rubber, baby.
Burning rubber, baby. What you got tonight?
Man, we got a Valentine's special tonight. We've got grilled chocolate chicken. Woo!
A chocolate chicken.
Believe it or not, yes, sir. I have a recipe for grilled chicken, and there's actually chocolate and almonds. You guys, you make this weekend for your Valentine, and you might even get lucky.
Okay. I can tell you one thing. I don't know if you heard that, but Dan gets lucky every time he chokes his chicken. So let's hear about the recipe, buddy.
Well, this is for Dan and for you, Andy. Okay, so good luck, buddy. We're going to start with the brine and the chicken, guys. You're going to use 1 cup of salt, 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, 3 cloves of garlic. You want to smash them up, 2 bay leaves, and 4 pounds of chicken. And what you want to do with that is you want to take all those ingredients and put them in a medium saucepan, and you want to add a cup of water. You want to bring it to a boil, okay, and let it simmer. All right. Then once it starts boiling, remove it from the heat and add 3 cups of ice. All right. Once the liquid is cool, pour it into a freezer bag, and then you're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate overnight. All right. Now for the dry rub. Okay, the dry rub consists of 2 tablespoons. Come on, Andy. Bear with me, buddy. 2 tablespoons
sorry, buddy.
of
Go
chili
ahead.
powder. We'll work through this. 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 tablespoon of freshly ground black pepper. Okay, and you're going to take that, you're going to mix it all together. You want to rub it all over the chicken, and you want to let it sit for a couple minutes, all right? Then you're going to remove your chicken from the brine, and you want to pat your chicken dry now.
Now listen, John, hey, Andy's sitting over here sweating. You know, he's acting squirming in his chair, man. You're going to have to use some kind of different phrases between, you know, rinsing it and moistening your chicken. Now, you got to...
I know, Charles. I know Andy's about to die
Buffalo
over there, but I tell you what, if he makes this for his Valentine this weekend, he might get lucky. I mean, you know, miracles have happened. But anyways,
He's going to get
guys,
lucky before that, John. Don't you worry about that.
Okay, now we're going to make the sauce, all right? We're going to use 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 yellow onion, you want to dice it up, 3 cloves of garlic, you want to mince those, 1 cup of canned diced tomatoes, 3 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. That's where the chocolate comes in. You want to chop it all up. 2 tablespoons of chopped toasted almonds, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. Now, the chocolate and the cinnamon really go together, guys. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 2 dried chilies, you want to rehydrate them, and 1 can of chipotle peppers, all right? And you want to use the liquid, okay? 1 cup of low-sodium chicken stock, 1/2 cup of currants, 1 chopped fresh cilantro, that's for the garnish, and some lime wedges, and that's for the garnish, okay? And what you're going to do with that is you're going to take the sauce in a medium pan, and you're going to heat it, all right? Then you want to add the canola oil, the onions, and cook until it's nice and get nice and soft, about 3 to 4 minutes. Then you want to add the garlic, cook for another minute or so, stir in the tomatoes, the chocolate, the almond, the cinnamon, the currant. All this is going to be on the website, guys. So bear with me, Andy. Okay. You want to let it all simmer for about 5 minutes, all right? Then you want to transfer it to a food processor, okay? Add the chicken stock, and you're going to puree it until it's smooth. All right, then you're going to add all your other ingredients together. Then you want to preheat your grill. Remember, Andy, we're cooking on a grill outside now, so pay attention to what's going on. You want to preheat your grill to a medium heat. Grill the chicken, turn occasionally, all right, until the internal temperature reaches 165. Guys, get you a food thermometer. You know how to do that. It's not too technical for it. All right. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the garnish and place it all over the top of your chicken with some cilantro and lime wedges. And I tell you what, guys, this is a chocolate chicken with almonds, and your Valentine's going to love it.
I love you, John. I love it. That's the best damn recipe we've ever had here on Radio, folks. If you want to check that out, head over to the Burning Rubber Radio Facebook page. And if you have any questions, burning.rubber@hotmail.com. But I tell you what, John, man, we're going to have to get out of here and take a break and continue with the show. But this is the best comic relief I've ever had on choking a chicken recipe in my life. But folks, hang out. We'll be back with more Burning Rubber Radio right after this.
Hi, I'm Mickey for Bed Bug Detection Services. Bed Bug Detection Services rescues dogs from the Humane Society and the SPCA, then trains them at the Florida Canine Academy. We then pair them up with a handler, where they will spend the rest of their lives in a happy family home working in the community. We want to rescue our second dog, but we cannot do it without your help. We are fundraising to bring home our next canine. Please go to bbds.us, that's bbds.us, and do your part in helping us rescue another dog. bbds.us will give life, home, and a meaning to another dog. bbds.us. With every donation, you will receive a signed postcard from our current bed bug detection dog rescue, Lily. Go to bbds.us. And thank you.
Shopping around for your racing gear, driving from store to store only to find they don't have what you want? Barter's Racing Collectibles on Black Gap Road in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania has it all. The hottest NASCAR, IRL, and NHRA diecast, t-shirts, jackets, flags, and more. Everything racing. Stop by or check out their website, www.farnersracing.com, or call 717-352-2782. You'll be surprised at the selection, prices, and friendly client service. UPS, FedEx, and USPS shipping available. Farners Racing Collectibles, www.farnersracing.com, or call 717-352-2787. Farners Racing Collectibles, where racing comes alive.
You're listening to Burning Rubber Radio. Now back to the Burning Rubber Radio crew and the guy that thinks someone actually cares that he drove in the Slammer Series.
Hey, welcome back to Burning Rubber Radio. We finally got things back in control here inside the studio. John Dix, man, we're sorry we laughed at your recipe. I'm sure it would be really good, and I hope it does wonders for me and Valentine's. But it's time to step up to our highlight of the evening here. Charles Robinson, we got Mason Mitchell on the line. Are you ready to rock the house, buddy?
I'm ready to get it. Mason, welcome to the show, buddy. You hearing us?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, buddy, it's always a pleasure. Of course, you know, we always love the ARCA series, and got a little word you're driving under your own team banner this year, man, at Daytona.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, our plans are, we're running the whole year here out of Mason Mitchell Motorsports, and things are looking pretty good. Just pulled in the parking lot, and things are all about loaded up, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Well, now, let me warn you now. Andy was already down there about a week or two ago, so don't be going around to any of the buffets. They're not going to have anything left.
Oh, Lord.
But I'll tell you what, Mason, now kind of step back a little bit. We got a bunch of little rookie strappers out there and stuff. Of course, you know, they don't really understand racing. They just like to listen to the fat guys laughing. But tell us a little bit kind of where you got your start. Now, of course, you never got your start in stock cars, did you?
No, I didn't. I'm from West Des Moines, Iowa. I started racing when I was 5 years old, but it wasn't any car stuff. It was all on dirt bikes, and did that for 4 or 5 years. And then I finally got into the car world, which I was always a fan of NASCAR racing and stuff since I was little. Just didn't do it until I was about 10, and then I started racing mini cups. I did that for a few years, won a lot of races and championships, and it was awesome. And we went to the late model ranks after that, about 14, 15, and ran, a handful of races per year. And first struggled a little bit, just getting a learning curve, and finally was catching on there and ranked out, some really good finishes, and then got the opportunity to run some ARCA stuff in late 2012, and we did really well, a lot of top 5 finishes just in first few starts, and that kind of led me into my, rookie season, freshman season last year, racing with multiple teams, and unfortunately had to miss a couple races during the middle of the year, but ended the season out really good with 2 poles, track records, and 2 runner-up finishes to end the season, and did about everything I could except for win last year. So that's the main priority this year, and we're hopefully to contend for the championship.
Now, of course, too, last year you finished, 6th in the points, I believe?
Yep.
Awesome. Andy, you got a question for Mason?
Yeah, Mason, we need to know, you're going to be running the ARCA race at Daytona here Friday. Is this going to be your first time at a super speedway like Daytona or Talladega?
I actually ran Daytona and Talladega last year, so it's going to be my second time, and then we've done a bunch of testing and stuff too. So we got a little bit of experience going into Daytona, and I really look forward to any race we go to, but Daytona and Talladega are so much fun to race at, and opportunity there, and I love super speedway racing just because you can just the maneuvers and the aero and everything that comes into an effect to it. It's a lot of fun.
Now, of course, you're running ARCA for a full season this year. Have you ever had a chance to run anything else at Daytona, like maybe a truck or any other type of a race car?
Nope. The only thing I've ever ran there, and the highest I've ever ran in the series is ARCA. hopefully I'm fortunate and given the opportunity someday to, showcase some talents in a NASCAR Cape World Truck or a Nationwide Series car, and that's ultimately my goal to get into the Sprint Car Series. But just got to get the respect level built up and get the results behind my name and let time do its toll.
Yeah, and of course Daytona this week with the ARCA Series. You're going to get your chance to make your name, too. Of course, you got all the NASCAR teams are going to be there. You're going to have a lot of NASCAR drivers, I'm sure they usually are, running in the ARCA race in preparation for for speed weeks. So have you ever run with any of the guys there before? Or do you have anyone that you're going to partner up with and try to draft to the front?
We've ran with some people before that, have some pretty big names and pretty big team backing. With working with different people, it just kind of go as the race kind of comes along there. Hopefully we can find something. But, I look at it as a great opportunity to go down there as a one-car team underneath, my own banner, and, up against, with a lot of people, to the backing of Hendrick Motorsports and Turner and a lot of, those teams that have been in it for a long time and know what they're doing and really successful. And to go out there and, contend with them, and if it gets a chance to win would be an ultimate dream. And then hopefully, obviously it's the Sprint Unlimited weekend that night of our race, and so hopefully that can put our names in the newspaper.
No doubt. Well, tell us a little bit about what kind of chassis you're running. I mean, what kind of engines you're running? I mean, just let us know little details. Give us the skinny.
Well, all our engine stuff comes out of Roush Yates, so same engines that the Cup guys use on the Sundays with Penske and Roush, and I'm really happy and satisfied with those guys, and those guys treat us really well, and the support they give us is we're really fortunate to be dealing with them, and I'm going to be more proud to represent Ford coming this weekend and the rest of the year. All our chassis work is we do a lot. We build most of our cars in house. There's a couple. We've got a couple cars from some other teams that have already been kind of put together, but a lot of the stuff we've wanted to build up new just so we know what's going on. But you got a couple of different manufacturer options with Hamke, Laughlin, and stuff like that you can build up to. In my opinion, though, it's all a piece of metal. It's just how well you put it together and all the math and geometry you put behind it, and how you get it done on the racetrack. So. It's a lot of hard work's been going on here since we started, back in November, prepping for the test in December, and a lot of long hours, and I just can't be more fortunate to have the group of guys behind me right now that I have, and I'm just ecstatic to get down there and hopefully just showcase what we're made of.
Oh, no doubt too, and of course Roush Yates, synonymous for making that good Ford horsepower, man. And I'll tell you what, it gets out there and tears the track up. But of course, a couple of years ago, I think they really didn't care for Andy much. He was over, kind of looking around, nosing around. I think he thought there was a hot dog or something on the manifold or, But he got over, and them Roush Yates guys was giving him the stink eye. So, we kind of keep him away from the Ford motors.
Oh, yeah, they told me to get the heck away from him.
That's a good heads up.
Yeah, no doubt, because we was taking pictures of the front suspensions at Kentucky Speedway, man, and I'm telling you, I thought they was going to throw, some serious smackdown on us because they're like, we're taking pictures of that. Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to put them on Facebook, man. The other teams have got us friends. What's the problem?
You sure it wasn't like a picture of a cheeseburger or anything? Just a picture?
Yeah, it could have been, or maybe, a couple lunch boxes or something sticking around because, Andy, he's got a keen nose for sniffing out food.
Oh, I hear you. I'll make sure I won't, bring my grill this time. I'll let everybody starve.
Oh, no. He'd be licking the bars off of it if there's some leftover barbecue or something. You got to watch him, man. I'm serious.
That's great into this.
Well, now, of course, Mason, you're going to be running the full season and stuff, and we know that, of course, you've always got the Burning Rubber Radio fans. The dozens of them out there are going to be screaming for you, man. That adds extra horsepower to your car, so you got
That's
that.
Right.
Oh, exactly. I mean, without the Burning Rubber Radio fans, they're like the Mason Mitchell Nation here.
That's it, man.
Like Junior Nation, but you got Mitchell Nation now. It's starting to trend on Twitter right now as we speak.
Well, now, before we get off here a little bit, Mason, I got to ask you, too, now, of course, the ARCA Series, we always love, and they always done everything that we thought they should do because they always race the road courses, they race the super speedways, they race the short tracks, and they race the dirt. So, saying that, have you got any kind of stock car experience on dirt yet, or had a chance to probably practice some?
Actually, my whole life, being from Iowa, there's a cool stat that I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 99 counties in Iowa, and for every 4 counties, there's a dirt racetrack. But I've never been on one of those. And last year was my first time I ever went to a dirt track in a stock car or any 4 wheels, and qualified on the pole and set a track record. So, and we led a bunch of the race. So I feel pretty good about my dirt experience. It's nothing really to brag about or anything, and it's definitely something to build on. But I love the dirt races because it's just something different, and ARCA is definitely a very diverse series with going to different types of track surfaces.
Awesome, Mason. Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, we're going to be looking for you and rooting for you, and we'll be taking, some updates from you through the season, checking on you. But there's 3 famous words you got to say before you get off here, man. You got to yell it, make sure the neighbors hear it, scare the cat, make its, hair stand up, all that good stuff. But you got to yell "Burning Rubber, Baby" as loud as you can.
Burning Rubber, Baby?
Yeah. Lay it to it, man. That was just a week.
Are you guys ready? No. I wasn't ready to do it. I was just asking you guys ready. It's going to be good. Here we go. Burning Rubber, baby.
Woo! There it is, folks. Mason Mitchell. And I'll tell you what, be looking for him on the track. We got to step out and pay some bills because we can't afford Andy's food bill. But we'll be right back after this.
Tincher Williams Chevrolet Buick GMC is your Lexington, Kentucky and Corbin Chevy Buick and GMC authority. From pre-owned to the newest models, Tincher Williams is the only place to shop in the Lexington area. Check out their website for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, www.tincherwilliamschevrolet.com. All of the full-line inventory of in-stock and on-order Buicks, GMC trucks, and Chevrolets are right there online. Plus, you can check out what's hot at Tincher Williams on the homepage. Schedule your service appointment. Browse the inventory. Look for Tincher Williams specials. Check out your financing options. See what GM incentives are being offered for your vehicle. You can even shop for new tires at their convenient online tire store and get directions from wherever you are right there. It's all online at www.tincherwilliamschevrolet.com. That's Tincher Williams Chevrolet Buick GMC, located in London, Kentucky. Your Lexington and Corbin Chevy Buick and GMC authority. The Performance Motorsports Network is a compilation of shows about motorsports. From technical to controversial to just fun, everything you like about racing and gearhead stuff is right here on one internet channel. The Performance Motorsports Network. Tell your friends about it.
Everyone has a cell phone and everyone pays for cell service, right? Wrong. Life Mobile offers you a way to get free unlimited calling, text, and internet with up to and including 4G speeds through your favorite carrier, FREE. That's free forever. With Life Mobile, when you refer 3 of your friends, your service becomes free. Help your friends get 3 and theirs becomes free. Hurry on over to the number 3, makeitfree.com. That's 3makeitfree.com. Learn how easy it is to never see a cell phone bill again. Go to www.3makeitfree.com and get started now. That's 3makeitfree.com. Life Mobile. Life made easy.
Hey, did that guy just throw a taco wrapper out of his window and onto the track? Never mind. It's Burning Rubber Radio. Let's get back to the show.
Woo! Let's get back to it, folks. And I tell you what, we've had some great guests on the show tonight. And there's one thing about it, folks. Don't forget to go to the Burning Rubber Radio Facebook page if you want to see status updates from the racers that we have on the show, plus all the things exciting going on in the Burning Rubber Radio world. You need to go do it. Plus, cannot forget our free iRacing subscriptions, folks. I tell you what, I've been putting them on there. Dan's been putting them on there. Andy's been putting them on there. We ain't getting the excitement we need to get if you want 3 free months of iRacing. That's all it takes is get on there and say whatever phrase we're asking, whether it be Andy's got a big wide butt or, whether, he's picking his nose or something stupid. Just make sure you go in there and share it on your page or like it, and we'll get you took care of. But I tell you what, I think we're winding it down for another exciting show. I've lost Andy and Dan to the buffets or the crapper or something. But I think Bob's still back there.
Yep, we still back here twisting the knobs, man.
Well, there you go. As long as you're twisting something and not choking it, that's all that matters.
That was just so wrong.
We will have fun on this for weeks, folks. Weeks, I'm telling you. I never seen a bunch of guys run into a urinal to drink water, but I've seen it in the studio tonight.
I'm dying.
Well,
here.
for Andy DeLay, for Dan Smith, for me, Charles Robinson, and for Big Bob Steele, I tell you what, folks, we got to back it out of here. But until the next time, you know what it's all about, folks. Burning rubber, baby.
Burning rubber, baby.
Burning Rubber Radio is a copyrighted production of the PerformanceMotorsportsNetwork.com, a division of the Scorpion Radio Group Incorporated. This program may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/burning-rubber-radio, or go to the PerformanceMotorsportsNetwork.com website and look for our landing page there. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either the Performance Motorsports Network or the Scorpion Radio Group, or those of our advertisers and marketing partners. Be listening next week as we munch through 4 or 5 large pieces, half the salad bar, and at least a case of chilled adult beverages.
Hey there!
Huh?
What about the guests and the motorsports coverage and all the other cool stuff they do?
Oh, yeah, well.
Now, come on now.
And they do one hell of a show.
Okay.
For Burning Rubber Radio, I'm Cougar Michael.
Burning rubber, baby!